Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Welcome to the daily forecast for Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. It is the day of the teacher sage, Mercury's day, Odin's day, the 14th of Virgo, the 3rd of Vine, the 14th of Bear, and the 6th of Tumandura. Now, for today's astrology, the sun begins in Virgo, mutable earth, representing industry. The moon is in first quarter Virgo, mutable earth, which is to accomplish details. And then at 11:06 a.m. Central Time, it does go void, of course. And at 11:12 a.m. Central Time, it goes into first quarter Libra, cardinal air, representing partnership. Mercury is in Leo, fixed fire, representing ideals. Venus is in Libra, cardinal air, representing harmony. Mars is in Gemini, mutable air, which is to be pugnacious. And then at 2:46 p.m. Central Time, Mars will move into Cancer, cardinal water, and the vibe will go from being very belligerent and militant to seeking security, wanting things comfy and cozy. So hopefully this is going to be coming as a great relief to you. Then Jupiter is in Gemini, mutable air, representing questing. Saturn is retrograding in Pisces, mutable water, which is to redefine dreams. Uranus is retrograding in Taurus, fixed earth, representing rebellion. Neptune is retrograding in Pisces, mutable water, which is about spiritual awakenings. And Pluto is retrograding in Capricorn, cardinal earth, representing transformation. For our retrogrades for Saturn, it's reclaim your authority. Uranus is reconsider how you rebel. Neptune is reclaim your magic. Pluto is reclaim your ability to regenerate. And Chiron is to restore the heroic spirit. Now, the moon phase is waxing crescent, which represents creativity. For the Libra moon, the do's are connect, meditate, look for solutions. And the don'ts are blind romanticism, wild emotionality, and manipulative flattery. Be on the watch out for those. Now it is the day of Mercury, and we have Mercury in Leo, and the moon is in Libra. I think that they're both unified in their desire to start raising the tone, making improvements, seek out a higher level of being. So anything that you want to take the next level is the goal you'll really want to pursue today. Today's tarot card is the Ten of Pentacles. The number 10 represents both abundance and excess, depending upon the context of the card. We're getting it, solo. So just think about, how that sentiment really hits you. If you're feeling more on the abundance side, that's how the energy is impacting you. But if it's on the excess side, that's how the energy is impacting you. So just be aware. The Suit of Pentacles, think the rational feminine, receptive energy, earth element, and material action. The keywords are revered for industriousness, aristocratic spirit, and upholding traditions. So, being revered for industriousness, that is really getting respect for the work that you do, and people acknowledging that not only are you working hard, but you're working effectively. You are good at what you do. You aren't just busy at what you do. And then for the aristocratic spirit, this is about aiming high. This is about wanting things more refined, having things a bit more gracious, having a higher level of philosophy and civilization. It's about going up, it's about aspiring up. And then with the upholding of traditions, this is, of course, traditions that are actually worth keeping and making sure that you are cultivating and tending that fire so that the next generation has something to inherit from you. Next up, we have today's Celtic triad. Three things that one is better off without: a dishonest household, disobedient children, and a drunken mate. So we'll begin with dishonest household. At the root of every major family problem, you are going to find dishonesty of some variety. It can take a lot of different forms. It can be a very nuanced and complicated situation, but somewhere, at some point, someone by word or deed was dishonest, and everything just snowballs from there. Then disobedient children. Children have parents, and children have and need limitations for a reason. They haven't learned how to be, really human yet. They are born wild animals, and the job of the parents is to gradually civilize them. So children being disobedient for the sake of it, it really is a problem. And I think in the coming years, we're going to be discovering just how detrimental that has been for the kids to have these parents who let them get away with everything. And I do think the pendulum is going to swing back. So brace yourself. And then a drunken mate. Addictions really do destroy families on the regular. It destroys marriages. It can just hollow out the soul. Nothing good comes of someone who is habitually in an intoxicated state of some kind. I mean, it's one thing, it's Christmas. You're with your in-laws. You had one glass of wine too many, but it's not really a big deal. But if it's all the time, every night, on a regular basis, it's going to be a severe problem. So it's something to watch out for. Then today's magical correspondences, they are centered on the theme of change. The color is white. The plant is dragon's blood, which is the resin of a palm tree. The animal is the snake, which I found as cute a snake as what I could possibly do. So I hope the sight of it doesn't feel too threatening. I know snakes aren't everyone's favorite animal. They're not my favorite animal. I've been gradually trying to talk myself out of a phobia related to them. And I have found that hatching videos of baby snakes and finding pictures in which snakes are being cute and not, causing any kind of ruckus. It seems to help. So hopefully it's helping you as well. And the stone is the calcite, which the white calcite, it does bear certain similarities to quartz, but they are actually different stones. Now, change. It is a result of both pressure that's put upon you through external sources and the pressure you impose on yourself through your own will. And all of this, it makes you shed ways of thinking, ways of doing, ways of being that are not in alignment with the nature of the change you ultimately want to achieve. So, allowing things to fall away, responding to those pressures when it's going in a direction that you see, yes, this is going to be beneficial, allow it. And honestly, when you do it that way, you suffer a lot less through the change. Change does not have to be complete upheaval and absolute pain. Now, for today's practice, what concepts have you been connecting the dots about? Now, throughout the year, there's probably been various forms of research that you've been doing. You've explored different ideas, taken into consideration a variety of things. Where are you able to connect the dots? What's actually making sense to you? Meditating on that a little bit today, good thing. Then compare your natal Mercury sign with the current Mercury position. Are things getting aligned? Not. How is your heart chakra doing in autumn? This is particularly important if you suffer from seasonal depression, and even if you don't. How is your heart energy responding to this time of year? That can be very instructive. Then today's Hermetic principle is polarity. Where do you see these polaric relationships? And this one side and this other side. How do you see it all interacting together? And then the witch's pyramid. We are looking at the east wall today. And the east wall is tied to the element of air. It has to do with the intellect. So, where do you see this intellectual energy during this particular season? And then for today's journal prompt, how can you make your living space a bit cozier this season? Again, for a lot of people, because it's beginning of September, the weather is known for having extremely bad manners and not going into the crisp, cool days that we've so many of us have been waiting for. A lot of times, it does still feel like summer. So, gradually going into a season is something that a lot of people choose to do because that helps them flow with the energies. Now, if you're like me, you simply imposed your will and you're just daring the weather to continue to defy you, saying, I will win in the end. So you might as well give in gracefully now. But not everyone has that same combative spirit. So, how are you gradually going into it if you're doing the gradual thing? How have you already cozied up the house if that's the route you're going? Just what makes it feel a little bit more aligned with those autumnal energies and also is just, it feels nice for it to be for you. What you doing? So, on that note, have a very magical day today. If you would care to, you're welcome to follow me on X at Blackbird's Brew. You could follow the Blackbird Grimoire on YouTube or Rumble or both. And then, of course, if you would care to pay a visit to the Oak and Elder Witchery on Gilded, you would be very welcome there. But I think that will do it for now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.